the director here, so you can blame this on me. I apologize for us running a little bit late. We're trying to fill the room. There's a couple things I wanted to share with you. If you can, everyone can see where the video camera is located at. On either side of the rows, there's a person standing there with a microphone for interviews, for questions. If you want to ask a question, you can start queuing up in just a few minutes after we get the introductions done. So feel free to line up. And girls, could you raise your hand so people can see where you're at? All right, just so you can see them. Also, please, there's no flash photography, so just go ahead and turn it off right now if you haven't done so already. In addition, if you have a question but you cannot get in line for whatever reason, you can tweet your question to @BritTrack with the title of this panel, and we will ask it for you. Again, that is @BritTrack, BRITTRACK. We are very excited to have our guest here. We're looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and get this started with our interviewer, Aaron Sagers. Let's give him a round of applause.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, DragonCon, my microphone is not on. You can hear me. All right, here we go. DragonCon Sunday night. How are you nerds doing out there tonight? You know, I don't feel like it's appropriate to bring out our next guest without, I don't know, you guys kind of got to earn it a little bit. So, sort of a tradition when I do these things. Gotta break out those sonic screwdrivers. I need a sonic screwdriver salute. All right, so if you got one, I want you to raise it. I want you to make some noise. Let's see if there are any Whovians in the house. Fire them up! There we go. There we go. Looks good. It's like a nerdy Christmas tree out there. I like to see it. All right, well. As Carol gave all of the instructions, I don't have to do anything except introduce this awesome guest, and I want you to welcome her, make her feel welcome, her first DragonCon. Of course, you know her from Oculus. Of course, you know her from Selfie. Of course, you will know her from a very cool movie called In the Valley of Violence. Of course, you know her from Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, you will know her from the upcoming movie, which she's going into production for now with Emma Watson, called The Circle. Lots of nerdy things there. And of course, you know her as the girl who waited Amy Pond. DragonCon, is it on? Is it actually on? No. All right, panel's over. It's been fun, guys.
There are power lines. Hi, how exciting.
Hi. I like these executive chairs. I know, yeah. Gotta wheel back here. I feel like we can make important decisions about the world using these things.
Notes during
I know, yes, yeah. Pass notes back and forth. Yeah. So how have you been? You've been very busy. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you very much. I've been great.
Yeah?
I'm excited to be here.
You're excited to be here? I'm excited to have you here. You know, as I mentioned, and I know there's probably not a lot you can actually say about it, but you're working on this film called The Circle, based on the Dave Eggers book.
Yeah, well, I'm just about to start.
Yes. With Emma Watson and Tom Hanks?
Yeah. And John Boyega from the new Star Wars.
Holy moly!
So, it's quite exciting.
That is like a nerd super crossover.
I know. Everyone.
Have you compared notes with Emma and John yet? Have you had a chance to really talk to them about the different fandoms and this crazy world that you're all a part of?
I definitely want to talk to them about that, but I haven't met them yet. So that'll happen next week, I'm sure.
Happen right away. And perhaps maybe even get sorted into a Harry Potter house. I think Emma has the power to do that, right?
To get to what?
To sort you into a Harry Potter house.
Yeah, I want that to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
You seem shocked, like you haven't thought.
That's a new thought for me.
It is going to certainly happen. So, well, let's go questions. I don't know exactly where the microphone is, but I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Oh, hey, I see a waving out there.
I
So
see
let's get an audience question. Hi there.
Shit.
Hi. Okay.
Where are you? I'm over here. Oh, hi.
Okay, so you got asked to come back for the regeneration scene with Matt Smith.
Yeah.
And I was wondering how you found out about that and how it was coming back to film that.
Well, first of all, I was so honored to be asked to come back for that. I was so excited, and I think the conversation went like this. My agent called me and said, "Do you want to go back to Doctor Who?" I'm presuming this is a yes, and I was like, absolutely. What am I going to do? And then I found out what I was going to be doing, and it just felt so special to be a part of that sort of monumental moment in the show. And just because I had such a bond with Matt, it was really nice to be there for him when it was happening. It was so sad.
Was it?
That was the saddest day on set. I felt worse for him than I did for my own leaving, actually.
Yeah.
Because he was just sort of like processing it, trying to deal with it. And then I saw Jenna crying in the darkness of the studio, and I was like, it's gonna be okay, I promise. Have some tea. And then I felt like I was the sort of like, I had to hold it together for everyone, and I was trying to crack jokes, like singing Another One Bites the Dust, which didn't go down as well as I hoped. And then what was really interesting was, so Matt left the studio and he had finished the scene, and then they had to bring Capaldi in to finish the scene, obviously, like with the continuity and everything. And so Matt left the studio, and then I was still in the studio with Stephen Moffat, and the door opened and it was dark inside and it was light outside, so the silhouette just appeared in the doorway, and I was like, it's him, and it was Capaldi, and he just like walked in, and it was like, it really was like one in, one out type thing. It was really bizarre.
And you thought, at last, another Scotsman is in the TARDIS.
I was like, finally!
Finally.
Proper voice.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Pushing Matt out the door. Yes.
Love you.
Hi there.
Do you miss the bow tie?
The what?
What?
Do you miss the bow tie, Doctor?
The bow tie? Of course I miss the bow tie, Doctor. Because bow ties are cool, and so is that Doctor. So. And he was my Doctor.
Very good question. I think that's what they should list him in the credits as, bow tie doctor.
Absolutely.
Hi there.
Hi, my name's Anna, and first, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
My question is, besides Amy Pond, what character from Doctor Who do you most relate to?
Ooh, I think my favourite companion has to be Rose. I just think Billy is the most phenomenal actress, and I love the way that character was written, and I really loved the relationship with the Doctor. And I guess she was my first companion that I really sat down to watch, so she has a special place in my heart.
All right, good question. Thank you. Over here.
Hi, thank you so much for coming. I was wondering if you knew ahead of time how your character was going to leave the show and how you felt about yours and Rory's ending.
I had no idea how or when I was going to leave. Stephen Moffat does not keep you in the loop. That's not something he does. You just sort of have to guess, and then you always get it completely wrong. And then you just find out what's going to happen when you read the episode. So the funny thing is, though, I wouldn't read the episode because I was in such severe denial that it was happening. And Arthur was like, please read it so we can talk about this. And I was like, no, it's not happening. So I found out pretty near to filming it, actually. And I was so pleased with the way we got to depart, just because I feel like it was dramatic and exciting, and we kind of got our happy ending in a weird Doctor Who way.
Well, you know, between the three of you, Arthur is now moving on to Legends of Tomorrow.
It is more time travel.
More time travel.
Equipped for the job.
And Matt, more time travel, Terminator, Genesis, and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and Oculus and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Did you realize, I mean, what are some of the lessons that you took away from working in genre that is now really helping you as an actor when you go on to Guardians of the Galaxy? Since you are all doing genre still. Or doing
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting acting, that's what I will say. Like, acting in sci-fi is just the coolest because you get all these crazy high-octane situations to deal with all the time. And it's always a life or death situation. It's never just a casual conversation. Like, I don't think we did much of that in Doctor Who at all. It's always like running away from something, doing something, saving the world. And that's the same in the other sci-fi stuff as well, so we were equipped in that way. And I remember before I started on Guardians, I was like, oh, this is quite scary. I've never done a film of this scale before. And I was like, oh, I'm nervous. And then I walked onto set and it was a spaceship and I was like, oh, I know this. Like, I can do this. This is my, turf.
And you're like, I can fly this thing. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Where did we leave off? Questions over here, I think?
This is a Twitter question.
Ooh.
From Dan Newcomb. He asks, you've done UK and US TV mid-movies. Which do you prefer?
What? UK or US?
Yes.
Oh.
Consider the crowd right now.
Yet they all love a British TV show, so
Yeah, true. Okay.
It's very confusing. I will say, in America, you have the best craft service I've ever seen. Oh my god, and that might top it for me. I mean, you give me food, and that makes me happy, so I choose you.
Well, what makes it so much better versus, not to throw the Welsh Cardiff craft service of Doctor Who under the bus, but what makes...
No, we can do that because there isn't one. There isn't. We get biscuits at 11 a.m., which are not what you call biscuits.
Yeah.
They're like cookies. You get those at 11 a.m. and then at 5 p.m. you get these sandwiches that were made at 11 a.m. So, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Honestly, like, it really does, and they know that.
Yeah. Step up your game, Cardiff. Yeah, why not? Hi.
Hi. When did you learn about Amy and River's relationship? And what was your reaction to learning it?
Yeah.
Yes, well, Amy and River's relationship, again, I did not know beforehand. Alex Kingston knew the entire time, and she wouldn't tell us, and I kept on trying to give her wine, maybe to get her drunk, so she would let us slip. Didn't work. So actually, I found out when I read the script, right before we shot the scene where everything is revealed, and I didn't see that one coming. Arthur had managed to guess it, but I was shell-shocked.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
Well, and now Alex is returning to this season. You're so proud, such a proud mama. Yeah.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. I think a number of us wish we had a love like Rory and Amy.
Oh, me too.
And I'm just wondering what you think about how the adventures with the Doctor impacted their relationship for good and for bad.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like they were put in quite a lot of danger, which maybe makes them realize how much they love each other, when you're faced with perhaps losing that person. That probably strengthened them. I mean, it's a pretty unique situation for is this too close to my mouth, do you think?
No.
I don't think so, but if you feel so.
I'm going to move it away slightly. Anyway, so I feel like it was a unique situation for a married couple to be in. I mean, they were traveling through all of time and space together. That sounds the best. Everything seems boring compared to that. I think it's just a really great way to spend a marriage.
Yeah. The downtime, though, has to be, like, if there ever is downtime, is that the challenge? Like,
like, how do you deal with downtime when you're usually going to planets and running away from aliens?
Yeah.
Like, the downtime will seem so much worse.
Yeah, because, like, hey, remember last week when we were traveling around and saving the world, and
now we're just...
do you want takeout tonight?
Well, in the episode, The Power of Three, I think that's them sort of trying to deal with that and how difficult that really is. Throwing out old yogurt, I mean, that's not a thing, is it?
Or is it?
Or is it?
No, it's not. Hi.
Our next question is from Twitter, from Gray Street Magpie. To know, Karen, who was your favorite leading man to work with? Matt, Arthur, John Cho, and why? Hashtag selfie lives.
Hashtag thank you. Oh, that's so difficult. They're all my friends. But I'm going to say Matt Smith. He's one of my best friends. And by the way, they all... Just working with Matt is so special because he's the most inventive actor I've ever come across, and he's also the most generous. So whenever he was off camera and I was on camera, he would work so hard to like provoke things from me and make me laugh and make me do things differently with my performance, and that was just so generous of him. He didn't need to do that, and yeah, he's just a force of nature. I feel like I learned so much from him.
Yeah. Well, that, you know, magpie hashtag @ symbol from Twitter, I mean, I don't think you can let that go without saying also, like, Zoe in Guardians of the Galaxy is someone else that, not leading man, but, you know, the screen time with her.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty unique for you as far as two strong women kind of kicking butt a lot together.
Yeah.
How was that dynamic for you?
Oh, so great, and she's all pro-women. You know what I mean? So it was really great. We just felt like two interesting female characters talking about something that wasn't a man, which is rare in films.
Alright. Hi.
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 Which is your favorite Doctor, besides the 11th?
Oof. Okay, my favorite Doctor is the 10th. Because I just love his energy and his charm, and I don't know, I just think he's a really good version of that character.
Mm-hmm.
He's great.
Yeah. There you go. What's yours?
11th.
Good choice.
Yeah. Got a lot of support in the room for that one. Cool. Thank you.
Of all the adventures you went on with the Doctor, which was your favorite? And if you had a TARDIS, where would you visit?
Oh, okay, so my favorite, I mean, in terms of episodes, my favorite was the 11th hour because it was the first, and that's always the most exciting, and I just love that episode. I thought it was particularly magical and spellbinding. But if I had my own TARDIS, I would go to the end of all life and see how humans have evolved. Because I just feel like we're gonna look really weird. Do you think, like...
Yeah, like, we probably don't need arms anymore. I mean, I don't know.
No, we won't need arms anymore because we'll have chips in our brains that just sort of like take our thoughts and put them into a computer and make things happen.
Yeah.
In the virtual reality that we live in. And we're going to have oversized developed brains. So we'll have like giant skulls, no arms.
I felt like soft and like gelatinous almost.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's
just
my
kind of
goodness.
squishy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah. I don't know about the big brains though, because...
That's going to happen.
You think so?
What would the...
Have you watched reality TV?
Either that or they'll be tiny and shriveled up.
Yeah,
One
little
extreme or the other.
raisin brain, squishy body. All right.
Right, we have another Twitter question from @SilenOracle. How do you think Nebula would react to Amy? Hashtag the girl who waited.
Loving these hashtags. I don't know. How do you think Nebula would react to Amy? Do you think Nebula would like Amy? No. Yeah, I think you're right. I think she would start a fight and Amy would get really mad at her and try to fight back, but couldn't because Nebula has a bionic arm, so she has the upper hand. Oh dear.
Knock that one out of the park. There you go. Hashtag thank you again, yeah.
Hi, how do you relate to Amy, and how has getting to know her changed you?
How do I relate to Amy? Well, it's interesting, when you play a character on a TV show for quite a long time, inevitably your own personality starts to bleed into the character. and vice versa. So by the end, I feel like we might have been quite similar. But at the beginning, I was trying to relate to her, and I sort of related to her in the sense of being quite solitary, being an only child, maybe having like an overactive imagination, that sort of thing. And then gradually, she just merged into me.
All right. Well, okay, I don't know if you've gotten this one. I don't think I've ever heard this one. But if you were going to, somebody said, where would you travel to in the TARDIS? Gelatinous human end of existence. But if you were to travel back to a moment in your own life, what would that be?
Oh my God.
Is that a new one?
I've never thought about this. A moment in my own life that I want to relive. Do I still have the knowledge that I've gained?
You're not slipping, you're not like quantum leaping, you're not going into your body, you're just
watching it.
Watching it. So, yeah, little Karen, family, I don't know, whatever, yeah.
Oh my God, I think it might be when I got the role in Doctor Who. Yeah.
Well, that's really trippy.
Yeah, that is really weird.
Super meta, yeah.
Yeah, very meta. Yeah, because I feel like that's when my life changed. That's been the most drastic change in my life, or the most defining moment so far. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I was wondering what your favorite alien was.
Favorite alien?
From Doctor Who? Or just
in general? Yeah.
I don't remember. That was a nerd's test and you all passed.
Yeah. Although the one guy not applauding is actually the silence, like 3 rows behind that poor girl. Yeah. He's like, I'm out of here. You've offended all of his kind.
So sorry.
That's when the panel got awkward.
Silence.
Thank you.
So we've got
True. Sorry, what?
2 questions from Twitter. First one is from @1D #TR #Ken wants to know what was the first thing you thought of when you heard you had to shave your head for Guardians of the Galaxy? And the follow-up is from @Prince of Wales.
I love his work.
And then would you cut your hair again for the sequel?
Okay, so when I first came to terms with the notion of shaving my head, that was when I got a call from my agent, and she was like, "Are you willing to shave your head?" And I was like, "What for?" And she said, "A Marvel film," and I was like, "Yes." But the truth of the matter is, I really didn't think I was going to get the role. Like, that seemed so far-fetched to me that I was like, okay, I'll just say yes, and then I'll probably just never hear of it again. And then I kept on getting recalls and closer to being bald. I was like, okay, maybe this might happen. And then I got the call saying I got the job, and my initial reaction was, oh my God, I'm actually going to be without hair. And it was pretty cool actually, because I always grew up saying I would shave my head for a role. I didn't think life would actually put that to the test. But it was a cool thing to do. It was quite liberating, and maintenance-wise, it's really handy. Like when you get out of the shower, you're just immediately dry. I guess that's what it's like for men. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to have to shave it for the sequel, so we're all waiting to find out on that one.
Well, you were excited when you revealed at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there was joy with pulling off that wig and revealing it.
I really relished that moment.
Yeah, so...
I think I'll go back and see that moment as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So they're lining up. You're going to think about this now. Other moments to go back and watch. Yeah.
Write them down.
Yeah. Okay, over here.
Alright, so we all know that Stephen Moffat really loves putting horror into sci-fi. Was there any character or race or anything that actually scared you when you walked into set?
That scared me for real, like genuine fear.
Yes, anything that really like gave you the heebie-jeebies.
That's a funny word. I think the Cybermen give me the heebie-jeebies because they're quite scary and they move sort of more slowly, and they're quite dominating, and the silent has just stood up behind you.
See, he's offended again. Lay off the poor guy. But we forgot we offended you in the first place, so.
Yeah, we keep forgetting. Yeah, the Cyberman.
Can silence cry?
I mean, I want to say, oh,
One lone tear.
Like a Denzel one tear.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, I'm actually a teacher, and we named our fish Amy Pond.
Thank you. Fish.
Yeah, she was red. But I was wondering, we saw canine in Doctor Who, but pets are such a big part of many American families, I'm guessing families throughout the world.
Yeah.
Why don't we see more animals on Doctor Who? Or, now that Amy and Rory have some free time, do you think they have a pet where they are?
Yes, I think they have a chameleon and a meerkat, and they don't get on. I don't know why we don't have more animals in Doctor Who. You know what? Probably because it's an absolute nightmare to film with animals.
Yeah.
That's probably the reason.
And they would be pooping all over the
TARDIS, yeah.
The TARDIS.
Jokes are flying.
Hi.
Alright, this is another Twitter question. Taylor Keithy asks, how do you feel when Selfie got canceled?
So sad. Me and John Cho were absolutely gutted. We had such a good time making that TV show, and I just loved playing that character because I had total freedom. I was just able to do anything. I was like, great. So we were really sad when it got cancelled. I mean, yeah, it was a really fun thing to work on, but the response afterwards was totally overwhelming. Like, so many people got behind us and tried to get it back, and we're so grateful for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Lulu. My question is that we all know that there are gag reels or outtakes or some pranks that come on behind the scenes. So what's one of your favorite moments that have happened on Doctor Who that never made it onto the show?
Oh, that never made it onto the show? Oh, I don't know. I mean, there are things that happened in trailers and stuff, but that wouldn't be on the show. That sounds really dumb.
It's done, yeah.
That's not what I need to stop talking.
Quick, get the silence up here. Make them all forget that.
No, I mean, like, there was continuous pranks from Matt and Arthur. I was usually at the receiving end of them. I mean, they were relentless. It was like having two older brothers that would just make fun of me all day, every day. Oh my god. And then, so Matt loved to wait in my trailer and then jump out at me whenever I would come in, and he would just be so aggressive about it. He'd be like, ah! And imagine seeing that coming towards you. I mean, it was absolutely terrifying. And that happened daily. Didn't know when it was going to happen. That was the worst.
Didn't he chase you with a giant shoehorn?
Yes, he did,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the biggest one was when he jumped out with the biggest shoehorn I've ever seen. I mean, it was like the length of this table or something.
Yeah.
God knows why they made a shoehorn that long.
Big
Which is
feet,
the
I don't
biggest
know.
mystery of this whole story.
Yeah, it's a mystery. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all the work you've done. You're a very big inspiration to us all.
Thank you.
You really are. And my question was if you've actually followed up on any of the comic books on your character for Nebula, or if you've read the Infinity Wars at all.
I read the Infinity Gauntlet, which I loved.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Woohoo! Yeah, that's a good one for Nebula. I want that glove. I want one of those gloves. Where can I get one of those?
You can make one if you really want to. I
Good
can make
call.
one for you.
That would be great, thanks.
Here, I won't stop you or anything, I promise.
Brilliant.
Yeah, cool. I want a gauntlet too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Twitter, from Austin36021101.
There's a lot of Austins out there that he had to go that far out, but okay.
He wants to know, Karen, many people love cosplaying your character. Who would you like to cosplay as?
To cosplay as? Maybe a Klingon? I feel like that would be Who else is there? Maybe something from the X-Files? I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, you could do a Scully. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't be too much of a stretch for me.
Yeah. And Klingon. All right, cool. A Klingon Scully.
No.
Klings? I don't know.
Okay, so do you think there should be a female doctor?
Oh, interesting noises from very mixed reaction. I think there absolutely should be a female doctor. Why not? I think a female could do a lot with that role and maybe bring something new to it. And I feel like people were probably quite hesitant about having a female captain in Star Trek, for instance, and then Catherine Janeway came in and she was one of my favorite captains. So, you know, I think someone with the right gravitas and depth could really take it somewhere interesting.
Yeah. Since you are a fan of Star Trek, working with John Cho, did you get any? Were you peppering him with questions about? So, what was it like to be on the Enterprise? What was it like to work in the Star Trek world?
Well, I feel like I was building up to that, and then the show got cancelled. I was playing it cool up until that point, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to take him out one night and get all the gossip.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, I'm Aisling. I'm turning 13 tomorrow.
Happy birthday!
Birthday.
13. Let's go crazy.
I was at your photo shoot earlier. I was the girl who gave you a hug. But anyway, question. Did you feel like you could actually relate to your character as if it was real life and not just a sci-fi show that almost everyone can relate to?
Could I relate to Amy Bond, do you mean?
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. What was interesting about playing that role was that for me and Matt, like, we got these jobs and then suddenly we knew that our lives were going to change in such a drastic way. And that was at the same time as Amy was going through this experience with the doctor, and so everything sort of blurred, and I was like, I'm in the exact same emotional place as this person. Like, I don't even need to reach anywhere to find out how she's feeling. I just have to look at how I'm feeling, and then it just all suddenly made sense. It was quite strange like that, actually, and unique to that job.
Cool. Good question, and happy birthday.
Yay.
Tomorrow.
Thank you. You're my favorite companion ever.
Thanks.
Hi there.
All right, this is from Twitter again, @BoxCollection. Do you have a favorite set story from Guardians?
Ooh, from Guardians? Don't usually get asked this one. I mean, it was really fun shooting a fight sequence in Guardians because it was one of those big films, so we spent like 6 days doing it, which was pretty interesting to be fighting all day, eating loads of bananas. I ate loads of bananas. This is not interesting.
Well, it's slightly weird. I mean, lots of bananas, yeah.
Like so many. I mean, it was really cool working with Zoe just because she is so good at fighting.
Yeah.
Never fight her.
It's an important safety tip, DragonCon. Hi there.
Hi, my name is Genevieve. I'm 11 years old.
Hi.
My question is that there's so many, when you travel in the TARDIS, you go back in time and forward in time. Do you ever get confused in the effects of why it's happening?
Sort of get confused about where they are, maybe in what time they're in, and that kind of thing?
I'm not gonna lie, okay? There was one episode that I did not understand. And it was that two-parter Flesh one, when there was two of everyone with the doppelganger.
Yeah.
Didn't know what was going on. And that's the only time that I've just been like, I can't, like, because on the page it was very, very confusing, and we just sort of, I think, had to rely on the director's vision to make it all make sense when we finally watched it. And watching it was so much easier because then you have a visual reference, but written in text is pretty confusing.
Yeah. Did you let Stephen Moffat know that was a little bit confusing for you?
No, he didn't write that episode.
He didn't write that one?
And also, like, my character a lot of the time was like, what's happening? So, if anything, it was method acting.
Hi, Karen. My name is Colin.
We did?
Yeah. She said yes.
Yeah, that's brilliant. When did you do this?
Last year.
Oh,
We have
great.
our first year anniversary coming up in a few weeks.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So my question is about fans. They're passionate and crazy. What is your best and worst fan experience?
Oh gosh. You know, honestly, and this is gonna sound like a lie, but I don't have a worst fan experience. I've never had a bad experience with a fan. Touch wood. I mean, I just haven't.
Knock on wood. We knew what she meant.
What, you don't say touch wood?
But we say knock on wood.
Oh, we said touch wood.
Well, they're just filthy-minded and whatnot.
That's my worst experience.
Yeah. Congratulations, DragonCon.
And best experience? Probably just coming to these conventions and getting to meet everyone and talk to people and really get to know people's experiences with the TV show. It's really, really special, so thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Lucy here, my favorite actress ever.
Oh, thank you.
And my question is Daleks or Cybermen?
Daleks. Classic. Iconic.
Yeah.
Can't go upstairs.
Thank you.
Yeah, they love you.
Hello.
Who's next?
Hello, Karen.
Oh, hello.
In your first episode, The 11th Hour, that's when your character first appeared, the doctor told you to wait for 5 minutes, and of course he didn't show up for 12 years. I wanted to know, during those 12 years, assuming that the writers didn't fill in all the blanks for you, did you come up with your own ideas or storyline for Amy Pond to prepare for the character?
Yeah, I think I came up with a really detailed one that's written down somewhere, actually. I don't remember exactly, but it was a lot of therapy. Just imagine my little cousin Caitlin in therapy sessions. That was it, basically. That's dark.
That's depressing, yeah.
That's why we don't need to see that.
Yeah. Skip ahead. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, I'm Christy, and I was wondering first if you've ever tried fish fingers and custard.
I haven't. I've never eaten it. That's terrible, isn't it? Like, I can't go through my life not ever trying that. Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Done, yeah.
You persuaded me.
I promise.
Oh, okay, you're gonna try it too. I think everyone in this room needs to try it. Like, by this time next week, we all need to have eaten it. That's the deal.
Everybody just let us know on Twitter.
Yeah, and then tweet me your reaction in one adjective.
And I had one other short question.
Yes?
I have a huge crush on Matt Smith. My husband has no idea why, but like having to kiss him on screen, was it awkward or?
Yes, it was so awkward. Because it felt like kissing your brother. And that's not very nice. Not really. Yeah, no, it was just really, really awkward because we'd become quite good pals by then. Had I not known him, it would have been okay. Only because, I hadn't formed our friendship at that point.
He wasn't like your brother at that
Yeah, he was just a man.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I named my dog Amy Pond.
Brilliant.
Just to say, come along, Pond, when I'm walking her.
Thank you, I'm honored.
My question is, have you ever met any fans with similar experiences, for lack of a better word?
Met any fans with similar experiences?
Like that named
They
their
named
pet.
their. Yeah, a lot of people say they named their pet. Well, there's a fish out there.
And then there's a dog, and I think there's a few babies.
Yeah.
Someone asked me to sign their baby once.
Did you?
No, I didn't. I did not. Well, I don't want to mark the baby with my stupid signature.
It washes off, unless they get it tattooed on the baby.
Maybe.
So babies, a dog, and a fish.
Yeah, I think that those are the main ones, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Thank you.
The next question is from Twitter, from Trish616. How does your experience here at DragonCon compare to other conventions you've been to?
Okay, this feels like the biggest one I've ever been to. I mean, it must be in size, right?
Yeah.
So that's really exciting because that brings a sort of momentum and energy. And so when I came here, I was really tired off my flight, and then I was like, oh, this is so exciting. There's so many people. And now you've come to listen to me witter on, and that's really nice. So thanks for that.
There you go. Thank you.
Hi, I was wondering if you were forced to live in a time period like Amy was, which time period would you live in?
Ooh, it would either be the 1960s, because I liked all the music and the fashion and everyone was just like, woo! Or really far in the future, just to see that, you know, thing again.
Yeah.
I'll finally fit in.
Yeah. What band would you go see live?
Probably The Who in their heyday.
Yeah? That's good. Yeah. Hello, over here.
I hope you are enjoying your first DragonCon.
I am, thank you.
And a lot of times the characters on Doctor Who are presented with difficult moral situations or dilemmas. And I was wondering if there's a dilemma that Amy had to deal with that has stuck with you more so than others.
Dilemma. You know, the one that resonated with me the most was probably somewhere having to make some sort of decision between her husband and then this really exciting person that was going to take her traveling through time. So, I mean, not that I've ever been in that situation, but I think that was just sort of maybe my favorite situation she was in, because ultimately she chose her husband and true love, and that was quite nice. I like that.
Hi. Oh, it is this. Oh.
Oh, it's the silent.
No, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so if given a monster like the Silence or an angel or a Cyberman, you have one contact you can call on your phone. Who would it be in that situation? You and the monster.
Wait, so I find myself faced with a monster and I can call one person.
Right, who would it be?
And is the person a real person in my life or from Doctor Who characters?
A real person in your life, in your phone.
But a real monster.
Yes.
I mean, is it Matt? I don't know. No. I mean, well, he would know what to do. Or I think it would be my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Gillan is the go-to man whenever I don't know what to do.
I would probably put Michael Rooker up there just because he's crazy enough to take out a monster like that.
I think actually that's a really good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad and Rooker together?
Yeah, because most people, what a team they would make, I tell you.
Yeah.
Hi Karen, I'm really glad you're here at DragonCon.
Thank you.
You're my favorite companion.
Thank you.
I've always been curious, what is the TARDIS actually like on set?
It's kind of like it looks on the TV show. It's really cool. It's like Inside? Yeah, it's basically like it looks. It's a big, huge playground and we just get to run around. It's quite hot. But it's kind of what you would expect. It's no less exciting in real life. It's probably slightly more exciting, I would say.
But you have like sort of a green screen door, a door with a green screen on it, right? For entrances.
Yeah, although sometimes they'll actually like have a background with the interior of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
So when you go inside, it's just like a sheet that looks like the interior.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. But whenever kids go on it, they're always like, like they're never disappointed.
Yeah. Cool, thank you.
Hello, I'm Jackson.
Hi, I can for asking this.
Who would win in a fight? Rory the Roman and Amy Pond with a cricket bat against Nebula.
Two against one, but one has a bionic arm. So I'm gonna say Nebula, because she's been trained from such a young age by Thanos, of all people. So, I think she could probably take them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would really love it if the Pawns won, to be honest, though.
Yeah.
I'd be rooting for them.
Yeah. I don't know if you're cheering for the Pawns winning or
Hi, I'm a huge fan and you're my favorite companion.
Thank you.
My question is, what's the weirdest or most uncomfortable thing you had to film on Doctor Who?
That might have been kissing Matt. He's gonna hate that I said that, but he knows what I mean. And we were both like, oh. Maybe it was that, or maybe it's being suspended upside down. That's pretty uncomfortable for a human. Between those two.
Okay. Thanks. Hello.
Hi, I'm Lucy, and I just wanted to say I love you, and what was your favorite episode of Doctor Who to film, and why did you enjoy that experience so much?
I think it was the 11th hour, just because it was the first, we were introducing the characters, and that was really cool. That script was just so special because Stephen Moffat had it in him from when he was such a little kid, and he always wanted to do this for a job, and finally he got to tell his first Doctor Who story in terms of, running the show, and that was so special for all of us, I think.
Thank you.
Oh, creeping up.
It's a delay, yeah.
Hi. My question for you is basically, what was your weirdest fan experience? I know that was same to one of the other questions, but I couldn't think of anything better to say.
Okay. Weird. One time a woman proposed to me while dressed as David Tennant. Wow. That felt weird at the time.
But was she being serious? Did you get the sense that she was being serious?
I don't think she was being serious, but she had a completely straight face. There was no laughter.
So maybe she was being serious.
She was being serious. Oh, all right. Well.
See, there you go. It just got weirder for her.
Slow realization.
Yeah. We only have 5 minutes left, so let's try to get through a couple more questions.
Let's have really
quickly.
weird questions.
Yeah.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
I'm really excited for you to be here. I came to DragonCon.
Thanks.
You're coming, so it's my first time.
Oh, yay.
But one of my questions was about the Vincent Van Gogh episode. It's one of my favorites because it dealt with suicide and stuff like that. And I got really emotional. I literally cried like a freaking baby watching that. Because it seemed like your acting was a lot more real, like you and Matt's, with the reaction, with Vincent the actor. So I just wanted to know if there was any real life moments of you dealing with people who have that sort of mental illness, dealing with suicide before in your life, or...
I'm not sure if I've ever directly dealt with any family members with mental illness, but my father, while I was growing up, used to volunteer for this club with people with learning disabilities, and so I always used to go there every Saturday night and spend time with them, and also that's what he did for a living during the week, so I got to know them, and I would go on holidays with them, to all these scout camps and stuff. So I was definitely around some sort of disability my entire life. So I feel very very close to that in a way.
Yeah. Your dad's awesome.
Yeah, John Gillan.
Yeah. Hi.
Sorry. I was wondering, how would Amy and Rory react to meeting Captain Jack Harkness?
I don't know, I feel like Amy would take a bit of a shine to Captain Jack. Maybe they'd start flirting and then Rory would be a bit annoyed. Maybe? Could that happen?
Yeah. I think you'd get along with it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is going to be the final question.
Oh, no pressure.
Wait, you're wielding the pen suddenly, like you're going to judge them.
Oh wait, I'm Nathan, and my birthday was on Friday, but...
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Thank you. My question was, when you were in the episode where you were aging faster, and Rory and the doctor had to see you like age and like die, was it hard for you to be mad at Matt Smith when he left you in the paradox?
Was it hard to be mad at him?
Yes.
Well, by that point, I was really invested in the story, so I felt totally justified in being a bit annoyed at the doctor. That was harsh. So, yeah, no, that sort of came easily, actually.
Well, okay, guys, before you go, I want to let you know, Karen has photo ops tomorrow at 10 a.m., and then is going to be signing, and she's out of here at 2:30. So remember, you still have some time tomorrow before 2:30 to get some autographs and photos and everything. But we're going to say goodbye to her right now. We are sadly out of time. DragonCon, please show your appreciation.
That was fun. So she's not doing I guess she's not doing I don't know, because it was on the schedule, but maybe they just forgot to mention it. Yeah.